besides being considered the king of pop music who left a great legacy for all eternity. Michael Jackson has been in the trending topics lately due to the emergence of theories about his death having been ordered, amidst the confusion of the P. Diddy case. But are they just conspiracy theories, or is it actually a possibility? Find out now about the life and death of Michael Jackson. Born in 1958, Michael Joseph Jackson was a relevant and influential singer worldwide. His particular way of dancing, dressing, and singing enchanted many people who took the artist as a great reference in popular music. As a child, the star had already shown his talent as a member of the group the Jackson 5, along with his brothers. At the age of 11, he had 4 hits in a row and was #1 in the US charts. But it was in the 80s that Michael Jackson burst into the media with his solo career, finding success with his cinematic music videos, such as Beat It, Billie Jean, and Thriller, all while breaking the racial barriers that were quite common at the time, since he was the first black man to have his music video starring on television. His popularity was such that he became one of the best-selling singers of all time, alongside the Beatles and Elvis Presley, as well as having collected major trophies. To give you an idea, his remarkable achievements include 13 Grammys, 26 American Music Awards, and 39 records in the Guinness Book. The King of Pop also became well known for the many controversies that accompanied his career until his untimely death from cardiac arrest in 2009 after a drug overdose. However, after Diddy's controversial story and the involvement of several celebrities in the case, J. Cole's song She Knows resurfaced in the media, in which he mentions Michael Jackson's death as if it had been ordered, with the intention of silencing the singer. Other allegations began to resurface, such as the security guard's delay in calling the emergency services.
Sir, we have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing yet. He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not
okay.
breathing, sir.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 50 years old, sir.
50, okay. He's unconscious, he's not breathing?
Yes, he's not breathing, sir.
Okay, and he's not conscious either.
No, he's not conscious, sir.
Okay. All right, do you have him, is he on the floor? Where's he at right now?
He's on the bed, sir. He's on the bed.
Okay, let's get him on the floor.
Okay?
Okay, let's get him down to the floor. I'm going to help you with CPR right now, okay?
We need him.
Yes, we're already on our way there. We're on our way. I'm going to do as much as I can to help you over the phone. We're already on our way.
Michael's public dispute with Sony Music.
The record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist.
And the singers report that he feared his life would be taken. But so far, everything is just supposition. And even with this tragic end, Michael Jackson leaves a legacy that is incomparable and unattainable by any other artist. Having an impressive net worth, Michael Jackson enjoyed a lifetime of many luxuries that his money could afford him. Among his most famous expenses is his former ranch called Neverland, a giant 2,700-acre estate located in Santa Barbara, California. The name given to the place makes reference to Neverland, from the character Peter Pan, which goes to show Michael's will to make his childhood dreams come true. And the estate really lived up to its name, with it having a zoo, a private park, a railroad just for fun, 22 buildings with accommodations, which includes a giant main house with architecture worthy of a palace. To get an idea of the figures here, it is estimated that he had to pay about $2,500,000 a year just to maintain his employees who worked on the maintenance of the zoo and mini park. Another thing that also draws a lot of attention at this amazing ranch is the strong presence of nature, something Michael Jackson seemed to be very fond of. After the pop star's death, Neverland lay abandoned for years until it was sold for $22 million in cash to American billionaire Ron Burkle. Michael Jackson never had to step on a commercial airplane. After all, he had plenty of money to fly on his own private planes. Although it is unconfirmed, some sources speculate that he owned the Boeing 707-138 aircraft, which had its interior layout completely modified to suit his needs. It is a very rare airplane because only very few units were manufactured. At the time Michael Jackson used this aircraft for his tours, it is estimated that it was worth about $12 million. Those who think Neverland is the only luxury estate Michael Jackson ever lived in are mistaken. One of his most iconic houses is nicknamed the Thriller Villa and sits on a 1.7-acre plot of land in Las Vegas. The Spanish Mediterranean-style residence is quite unique and has 24,700 square feet of floor area. The main entrance reveals a beautiful sunlit foyer with custom wood ceiling design and a hand-painted fireplace. The main living room is quite large, with another fireplace and a beautiful central chandelier, as well as many sofas and armchairs in various rooms. Perhaps the most impressive feature is the two-story, 74-seat medieval chapel. The ceiling is hand-painted sky art complete with a glorious crown of thorn chandelier and traditional red curtains that add the perfect touch to this extraordinary room. Michael Jackson's suite is very spacious, with some sofa spaces. The main bathroom is made of stone and it has 3 sinks and a dressing table. The house also has a bar area, a kitchen with green tiles, and a giant backyard with several gardens. In 2016, the star's former villa was put up for sale for $9,500,000. Another official mansion that the King of Pop lived in with his family is located in Encino and was bought by his father, situated in the district where the singer was born in Los Angeles. According to some sources, this is the residence where Michael Jackson's daughter Paris Jackson currently lives by herself. The mansion where the King of Pop died is a 17,100 square foot rental property located in the Holmby Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. Surrounded by a lot of greenery, which guaranteed the singer's privacy, the exquisite classical architecture house was rented for no less than $100,000 a month, but some sources claim that Michael Jackson was considering buying it. And after being available to buyers for a few years, it was finally sold in 2012 for $18 million. Michael Jackson also once lived in a luxurious apartment in New York City, in the Trump Tower on Manhattan's famous and expensive Fifth Avenue. With a breathtaking view of Central Park, the apartment was the artist's home after he secretly married Lisa Marie Presley. The 4-bedroom property, which already has an exquisite modern architecture, has been remodeled, leaving it in Michael's taste. The building, which belongs to Donald Trump, was rented in the 1990s for 10 months by the singer for the princely sum of $110,000 a month. And it seems that the place is in great demand by other magnates, seeing as soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo bought an apartment there on the 23rd floor for $18,500,000. The pop star's resounding success has yielded him a large fortune that is enjoyed by his beloved 3 children, Prince Michael Jackson I, Paris Catherine, and Prince Michael Jackson II, better known as Blanket or BG. The firstborn, for example, is quite adventurous and shares both on Instagram and on YouTube his rides through different destinations aboard his Harley-Davidson motorcycles with his audience. One of the models he has already been spotted using is the Low Rider S, a classic motorcycle that costs around $20,000. Meanwhile, the youngest, who is the furthest from the spotlight, has been seen in a rare appearance driving a Tesla Model Y, an extremely technological and innovative electric car that costs around $50,000. On another occasion, he was seen on the streets driving a Cadillac Escalade car, a luxury vehicle that in its Sport Platinum configuration costs about $100,000. When it comes to housing, at the age of 18, BG bought a mansion in Los Angeles, in the city of Calabasas. The 6,300 square foot mansion spread over 2 floors has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a swimming pool, and cost the young man about $2,600,000. The singer's only daughter, Paris, who is 23, besides being the heiress to a large fortune, has been chasing her own artistic career. She is a singer, actress, and is currently working on the TV series American Horror Story. For transport, Paris has been photographed several times using a Jeep Wrangler, a robust car that provides more adventurous rides. And it's no wonder that to obtain this vehicle, you have to spend up to $90,000. In addition, the young woman has recently purchased a luxury lodge on a 15,700 square foot lot in Los Angeles. The 2,900 square foot home belonged to the Maroon 5 band keyboard player Jesse Carmichael. The handcrafted wood-beamed living room with theater system features a stone fireplace worthy of a chalet overlooking Aspen. The dining room, meanwhile, overlooks the romantic pool area and canyon views. The chef's kitchen has redwood cabinets and a heated slate floor. The property has 2 bedrooms and a newly renovated bathroom. Outside, there is a freeform saltwater pool and relaxing spa. And Jackson's daughter paid $3,800,000 to acquire this property. After the singer's death, the trustees of his wealth bought a residence to house the artist's family, such as his heirs and his mother Catherine. The property is in a gated community in Calabasas, also in California, having about 12,600 square feet and a Mediterranean building style. She was bought for almost $11 million. Michael Jackson, throughout his life, had dozens of luxury cars at his disposal either for professional use or just for collecting. It is not known exactly how many vehicles were in its fleet, but some sources point out that they were stored in 5 large warehouses. One of the singer's most iconic vehicles was his 1990 Rolls-Royce Silver Spur 2 limousine, a model that can be found at auctions for $50,000. He also had a 1999 Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph, a classic and sophisticated vehicle, whose insides were adorned with 24-karat gold and crystals. Michael Jackson also owned a 1985 Mercedes-Benz 500, a vehicle that after his death was auctioned off to one of his fans in 2009 for $108,000. As early as 1979, he acquired a Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph, a historic vehicle that was customized and used by Michael on special occasions. This is one of the singer's most expensive cars, valued at around $200,000. On another occasion, during a commercial, the star drove a 1987 Ferrari Testarossa, an exclusive car that was offered for sale for $800,000. Other cars that have gone through the King of Pop's garage are a 1998 Lincoln Town Car, a 1954 Cadillac Fleetwood, a 2001 Harley-Davidson police motorcycle, a 1988 GMC Jimmy, among many others. Michael Jackson had a reputation of a person who would burn away his money, buying many unimaginable things. With his ranch, for example, he spent a lot of money buying decorations and statues. The entrance gate alone, for example, cost the singer $30,000. And one of his amazing purchases was the Oscar statue awarded to the winner of the 1939 Best Picture category, Gone with the Wind, paying $1,500,000 at the time. Per year, it is estimated that the star spent between $30 and $50 million in his very expensive lifestyle. Moreover, having a success never achieved by any other artist, it was to be expected that many fans and collectors would long to have some object that belonged to Michael Jackson's everyday life. And that is why some of the pop star's costumes and unique items have caused a stir at auctions, selling for very high prices. To get an idea, even the cast mold used to make his fangs in the Thriller clip was auctioned. His famous crystal glove, for example, was sold at auction in Texas, USA, for $190,000. His jacket used in the Thriller music clip, in turn, was sold 2 years after his death for an unbelievable $1,800,000. Many believe that the pop star made a fortune from his concerts and record sales alone, but Michael Jackson went much further. According to Forbes magazine, one of the singer's biggest investments wasn't even on his own songs. That's because he bought, in 1985, a large catalog of copyrights of other great artists, including 250 songs by the Beatles. At the time, he paid $47,500,000, and 10 years later he sold half of those rights to a company for $115 million. Not to mention the income that this venture would give him every year as the catalog of songs continued to grow. Until in 2016, after the singer's death, his heirs and managers sold half of that music portfolio for $750 million. In other words, Michael knew how to invest and how to make net worth multiply. During his lifetime, Michael Jackson built an empire that is unimaginable to most people. With his breathtaking performance and timbre, the singer became an idol of global reach. No wonder that his History World Tour in 1996 brought together 4,500,000 fans, playing shows in 35 countries on 5 continents and earning $165 million. However, with his record sales, Michael Jackson broke records for having the world's best-selling album, Thriller, with it having sold 121 million copies. According to Forbes, before his death, the artist had made billions of dollars, adjusting for inflation. However, with so many expenses and exorbitant spending from a life full of luxuries, he ended up leaving debts. But since Michael's legacy is gigantic, to this day his music is remembered, played, and sold. And all this money collected after his death is managed by a team that owns the rights to the singer. Thus, the singer's accounts could easily be recovered. One of the ways of monetizing his songs is digitally. On the streaming platform Spotify alone, for example, the King of Pop reaches more than 34 million plays in a month, making an approximate revenue of $136,000. On YouTube, Michael Jackson has over 27 million subscribers and receives more than 150 million views each month. In all, the trusteeship of Michael Jackson's estate has made $2.1 billion from the singer's music rights as well as from re-releases and concerts in his honor since his death in 2009. In total, it is estimated that the King of Pop has earned, from his lifetime to the present day, about $4.1 billion. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, Dios to satisfy